Alright, here we are. I was going to do something different for this video, but there's been a lot going on here and I need more time to work on that. That'll be coming in the future. I want to talk about some unpopular opinions that I have about Animal Crossing. Well, unpopular to me. These might actually be popular opinions, and if you agree with them or disagree, I want to hear down below. Walkability is greater than aesthetics. While I certainly love how things look, I would really prefer it to be relatively easy to maneuver around an island that's unfamiliar to me. Having to constantly scoot around objects or try to find alternate routes to be able to see a certain spot can be very cumbersome and annoying, not to mention the constant lag, but we're going to get to that later on. While these islands do look beautiful from afar, they can sometimes be a nightmare to traverse. Maybe that's just me though, because I am visually impaired, so it might just be my disability hindering my progress in maneuvering around some of these islands because I can't really see that well, but I don't know, guys. I like that it takes a while to fill out the museum's art gallery and fossil exhibits. While fish, bugs, and sea creatures can all be caught fairly quickly and easily with time traveling and dedication and patience, fossils and art are truly up to chance unless you trade with others online or use a treasure island. Making art or fossils into more of a long-term stretch goal adds more playability and stretches things out a bit, adds more of like a pace to the game if you so choose to do it like that. That's not saying you don't have to do it like this. You can rush through and finish the museum in its entirety and just grab the things that you need and donate them to Blathers. That's fine. But for me, I like that it takes a while as it gives me a goal to focus on. For all of its faults, I think that New Horizons is an improvement over the earlier games. Even though I do say that New Leaf and some of the earlier games are better in certain aspects, I do love the ability to place furniture outside. It's such a game-changing mechanic, and even though it can cause lag, which we mentioned a little earlier, it's not the game's fault that it's running on a system that's not optimized for it. Maybe in the next generation of the Switch, that will resolve our item lag, but I'm really not holding Nintendo up to being able to do this. I hate that we can't individually adjust the sound settings for this game. Pretty much every other game I've ever played has had sound effects options and the ability to lower the music, dialogue, or general gameplay sound independently of each other. Even games like way back in the early days of the PlayStation had this. I think that it was a huge mistake for Nintendo not to include that in Animal Crossing's game settings, and honestly, it's part of the reason why I typically play with the volume off. Finally, I'm okay that they stopped updating this game. However, that doesn't mean that I don't wish we had additional content. It would have been nice if they'd sprinkled in some of the quality of life changes we've been asking for since day one, such as bulk crafting, and cooking, of course, once the 2.0 update released. However, adding that in, as well as a few other things, would have made the game feel more full, in my opinion, like more fleshed out. And it may have also compensated for the end of updates that we had 3 years ago. I did do a recent video talking about what I think my perfect Animal Crossing game would be, things that I wish that we had in New Horizons, things that I would like to have in future games. If you guys are interested, check that out. It'll be up in the cards and in the description below. Anyway, those are my unpopular opinions. I may potentially do another video on this in the future, but we'll have to see if I have more unpopular opinions. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I really hope you enjoyed this. Please leave any comments, feedback, and suggestions down below, and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!